It is day 17, March 16, 2026, and the war is no longer contained within Iran's borders. What began on February 28 as U.S.-Israeli airstrikes on Iranian soil has now spread into the Gulf, striking at the heart of global aviation and energy supply. In the early hours of Monday, a drone struck a fuel tank near Dubai International Airport, sparking a fire that forced the suspension of all flights. Authorities confirmed the fire was contained, and the airport resumed a limited schedule, but with multiple routes canceled for the day. The attacks did not stop there. A second drone strike hit an industrial zone in Fujairah, igniting another blaze. And in Abu Dhabi, the UAE's capital, a missile struck a vehicle, killing a Palestinian resident. Saudi Arabia was also under fire. Riyadh reported intercepting 37 drones over its eastern region on Monday alone. Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar all reported drone interceptions the day before. In response, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed held an emergency call, reaffirming that Gulf states will defend their territories by every means necessary. Back inside Iran, the strikes continued without pause. Israel launched a fresh wave of attacks on Tehran on Monday. Iran's state news agency reported its forces were actively responding to hostile targets in the skies above the capital. The Iranian Red Crescent confirmed that the latest Israeli raids damaged one of its clinics and an aid relief post. As of Sunday, 1,144 people have been killed inside Iran, with more than 18,500 injured. But Iran is sending a warning to Washington and Tel Aviv. The spokesperson for Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps declared that most of its weapons cache remains fully intact, and that every missile fired so far is from a decade ago. Iran has not yet used a single missile produced since its 12-day war with Israel. Iran believes it is still holding back. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi made Tehran's position clear in an interview with CBS News on Sunday. He dismissed Trump's claim that Iran is seeking truce talks, stating, "We never asked for a ceasefire, and we never asked for negotiation. We are ready to defend ourselves as long as it takes." President Trump, speaking aboard Air Force One, pushed back hard, claiming the United States was actively destroying Iran's drone manufacturing facilities. "Iran has very little firepower left. We have decimated their manufacturing capability," he said. On social media, Trump went further, accusing Iran of using artificial intelligence to spread disinformation about the war and claiming that Iranian footage of naval attacks was entirely fabricated. At the center of the global economic crisis stands the Strait of Hormuz. Trump has been pressuring allies to send warships and keep it open, but today that effort collapsed. European leaders formally rejected his demands to participate in any military operation in the waterway. Iran's position remains unchanged. Foreign Minister Araghchi declared the strait open, but closed to enemies and to those carrying out aggression against Iran and their allies. With Brent crude surpassing $106 a barrel, up more than 40% since late February, the economic shockwaves are now hitting every country on Earth. The conflict is widening on every front. Israel launched new strikes on southern Lebanon and announced limited ground operations against Hezbollah. The death toll in Lebanon has now reached 850, including more than 100 children. In Iraq, an airstrike hit the headquarters of pro-Iranian forces in Jurf al-Sakhar, injuring 3 people. Iraqi air defenses also engaged drones flying near the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. 18 people have been arrested inside Iran, accused of links to a foreign satellite news channel. Mediation efforts by Oman and Egypt have stalled. The United Nations has no traction. And on every front, Iran, Lebanon, Iraq, the Gulf, the fire keeps spreading. Day 17 ends not with diplomacy, but with drones over Dubai, missiles over Riyadh, and the world's most critical shipping lanes still hanging in the balance. Stay with us. This story is far from over.